One of the defining questions of my early 20s has been, why am I so unhappy? No matter how many things change, no matter how many goals I accomplish, there's just this constant veil of discontentment that looms over me. And it has felt unyielding. And I would rack my brain around this. Am I just being ungrateful for the things in my life? Is my work-life balance off? Did my childhood really mess me up that bad? Am I not doing things that fulfill me? And while all of those things might be equally plaguing my life, the one most in my control is engaging in things that fulfill me, things that bring me joy. Okay, well, what fulfills me? What brings me joy? I have no idea. I haven't known for 5 years. I think I chose art specifically because it was so deeply connected to who I was as a child. I was a very creative kid. I was so passionate about everything. It was such a big part of how me as a 13-year-old identified myself. And mind you, I really only drew like dragons and like wrote and read fan fiction on Wattpad, but it made me so happy and I was fully content. I just kind of have lost that part of myself and I want it back. To be honest, I was pretty lost with where to start with all of this. I knew I needed a plan that would have me actively doing fulfilling actions on a daily basis. So no more doom scrolling, no more sleeping 12 hours a day, no more never leaving my apartment. I needed to actually live my life. So the very first day of me trying to implement all of this, I got up early, grabbed my sketchbook, and I walked down to a coffee shop in my neighborhood. To be honest, even if I didn't end up drawing anything, the simple act of getting up and going somewhere before work already gave me so much joy. I felt like, wow, this is it. I'm doing it. I'm actually out and about. I'm not sleeping in until noon. It already made me feel so much better. I had spent a few hours there with my sister, just doodling basic shapes and little Pokemon characters when I got bored. I also tried some perspective drawing by drawing little parts of my living room, which I think turned out to be pretty good. And for the next few days, I kept getting up, I kept going to the coffee shop, and I kept just doodling basic shapes and things like that. As the days went on, I just kept getting bored and the pages kept getting emptier, and I started to panic. I was like, oh my god, I only made it 3 days. I'm quitting. I'm a quitter. How can I suck at this so much? I'm going to end up quitting and my life is just going to be this endless trail of me working and sleeping and I'm never going to do anything. And it was this huge big thing. Once I collected myself, I had realized that I was feeling this way because even though I was getting up and doing something and engaging in art and creation, it still wasn't fulfilling me. Which led me to the super awesome concept of battling perfectionism. Now, you may be like, bro, you haven't even started anything. How can you be suffering from perfectionism? Well, that's the great thing, is that you don't even need to have solid artwork for perfectionism to affect you. In fact, it's actually very common for perfectionism to be the cause of people not starting art at all, or not engaging in any passion projects or anything that they're interested in. Rather than just creating bad art and doing things that filled me with joy and learning along the way, I wanted to learn immediately. I wanted to get basic shapes down and then get anatomy down the next week and then be this awesome super artist that got super awesome in a year max. And putting that type of pressure on myself in the beginning was just, I put myself on the fast track to failure, essentially. So I knew I needed to switch focus slightly on things that brought me joy, things that inspired me, before I focused on improving art and getting the fundamentals of drawing down. So that next night, I sat down after a long day at work and I put on Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind for the first time, and it was amazing. I love Ghibli. I love Studio Ghibli. I think I've watched every video essay on YouTube regarding Studio Ghibli films. I think they're amazing. The artwork, the storyboarding, it's just spectacular. I love them all. I ended up doodling some of the bugs from the Toxic Forest, and I felt that excitement again. The week after, I began drafting story and thumbnails for this webcomic I've been wanting to do. I've been wanting to do it since high school, actually, but I was just too scared. I also tried drawing a little animation of this cat sleeping, and he wakes itself up by its little snot bubble popping, which I think turned out pretty cute. I think eventually it would be cool to try to redo that in a few months from now to see if I've improved, to kind of like document progress. Another thing too about the webcomic is I think that would be a good way to also document progress as chapters and things like that move on. I'll be able to see a progression in the art, hopefully. Hopefully. So to end this video, I wanted to talk about the objectives I have for creating this channel and posting to this channel. The first objective is first just to serve as an archive of everything and anything that my heart desires. That way, I'm just going to be forced to not delete anything, no matter how horrible it looks, no matter how amateurish, no matter how many bug-eyed people I draw. I need to save all of it, because how else am I going to be able to see progression if I just delete everything? My next objective is to squash any fear, self-doubt, or perfectionism that I have. Posting online is very scary. It takes a lot of courage, I think, to show up authentically in online spaces and put yourself out there. And my feelings get hurt really easily. What are you doing? Get out of the camera. Get out of the camera. My feelings get hurt really easily, and I am a quitter. I am a quitter at heart, habitually. Unfortunately, that is just who I am. If my feelings have any potential of getting hurt, or they're actively being hurt, I'm out of there. I will opt out so fast, even if it's something that I genuinely enjoy. So I'm going to not focus too much on engagement or anything that is not at least constructive, because it doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't serve me a purpose. It doesn't help me in any way, so I'm just not going to focus on it. And yeah, that's about it. My name is Sarah, and if you guys related to any part of this video, or you just want to come along and see this journey, be on this journey with me, then please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.